The Great Stapler Reckoning. I work in an office where everything is beige and depressing, and the coffee machine sounds like it is begging for release from this world. Most of us are just trying to get through the day, except for Trish. Trish is the kind of coworker who calls herself a natural leader because she once rearranged the break room ketchup bottles by color. She loves to give unsolicited advice, prints personal recipes on the work printer, and laughs like a dying vacuum cleaner. She also steals office supplies. Constantly. Pens disappear, notebooks vanish. Even our hole punch went missing once, and the entire office was thrown into chaos. This time, though, she stole my stapler. Not just any stapler. The perfect stapler. Heavy, smooth, reliable. It stapled beautifully. I even wrote my name on it, and Trish just took it. When I asked her about it, she laughed and said, "Staplers migrate sometimes, as if they travel for the winter like birds." So I decided to wait. I believe in office karma. A week later, Trish needed to prepare an important packet for our director. This packet would determine whether she got to attend a nice conference in Florida or a sad one in Ohio, where the eggs at breakfast taste like damp cardboard. She grabbed my stapler. She pressed down. The stapler jammed. She tried again. It jammed harder. She shook it. Hit it lightly on the desk. Opened the top to see what was wrong, and every single staple inside the stapler burst out all at once, like a tiny explosion of metal. Staples flew into her coffee, onto the table, and down her shirt. Some vanished into the carpet, never to be seen again. She yelled. Then the director walked in. He stopped and stared. Trish was covered in staples like a confused metallic hedgehog. The director asked, "Is that not Alex's stapler?" I said, "Yes, it is." Trish quietly returned the stapler to my desk. She has not stolen anything since. My stapler now sits proudly beside my keyboard. Sometimes I tap it gently in appreciation. Office karma is real. The day office romance got bench pressed by reality. I work in a mid-sized office where the air conditioning is either Arctic tundra or tropical rainforest, with no in-between. Most of us just try to get our work done without crying into the copier. Enter Brad. Brad is the kind of guy who thinks every woman is into him. He calls himself a ladies' man, because one barista once asked him how his day was. He constantly flexes his gym routine, which appears to consist of holding a protein shake and talking about it. He also wears way too much cologne, like he's trying to fumigate the building. Then there is Emily. Emily is the nicest person in the office. Polite, organized, actually listens when people talk. Just a genuinely good, warm, and calm human being. Everyone likes Emily. Except Brad likes Emily, like capital L likes. And he made it everyone's problem. He would show up at her desk uninvited and say things like, "So, you must get asked out constantly," or "Most women can't resist confidence." And my personal favorite, "I'm just really in tune with people's energy." He insisted he and Emily had a vibe. Emily had exactly zero vibes toward him. Her entire posture would fold inward like a disappointed houseplant whenever he approached. She tried subtle rejection, then polite rejection, then direct rejection. None of it worked. Finally, one day during lunch, Brad made his big move. He bought a single gas station rose. Not even fresh. The petals looked tired. He marched up to her desk in front of 10 people and said loudly, "Emily, I know you've been playing hard to get, but I am ready to take us to the next level." Silence fell like a dramatic movie scene. Emily stood up, pushed in her chair, and replied, completely calm, "Brad, I'm not playing hard to get. I am genuinely not interested. Please stop approaching me like this. It's uncomfortable and inappropriate." Everyone froze. Brad's face did something incredible. It tried to smile, frown, and pretend everything was normal at the same time. He looked like a malfunctioning puppet. He tried to laugh it off and said, "Well, your loss. I wasn't actually that into you anyway." And he spun around to walk away. But in his moment of grand exit, his backpack got caught on the corner of her desk, and the bag opened, and the entire contents spilled across the floor. Protein powder, 3 mismatched socks, a half-eaten chicken breast in a plastic bag, 17 crumpled receipts, a single fork, a gym towel that had seen things. a deodorant stick with no cap. It was chaos. The protein powder burst open like a sad confetti cannon and coated him in a thin, dusty layer of vanilla-flavored humiliation. Nobody said anything. Not one person offered to help. Even the printer stopped printing, like it wanted to witness this moment fully. Emily simply sat back down and continued typing. Brad gathered his belongings and left early. He never spoke to Emily again. He also switched to a new gym for unrelated reasons that were extremely related. Office karma doesn't always come with dramatic music. Sometimes it shows up in the form of poorly secured backpack zippers.
The day the eggs finally lost. We have a coworker named Loretta. Loretta is perfectly nice in most ways. She brings in cookies sometimes, she remembers birthdays, she labels her Tupperware. But Loretta also brings hard-boiled eggs for lunch. Every single day. Now, I am not judging anyone's dietary choices. Eat your protein. Live your truth. But these eggs were not just regular eggs. These eggs were horrid. These eggs smelled like they were excavated from a swamp that was already condemned for being too swampy. And the worst part? Loretta refused to eat them in the break room. She ate them at her desk, which was unfortunately right in the center of the office, where the air circulation was only theoretical. Then came the farts. I genuinely do not understand how such a small human could produce a gas cloud of such terrifying density. The air would visibly change. I swear the plants near her desk slowly turned yellow. Management said we needed to be respectful of different eating preferences. My coworkers tried peppermint oil diffusers, candles, fans, prayer. Nothing worked. The scent was winning. So I formed a plan. Loretta was extremely proud of her meal prepping. She had an entire Instagram page dedicated to her egg routine. I noticed one day that she bragged about the cute jars she kept them in to seal in freshness. Except the jars did not seal anything. The lids just rested on top. So one morning, I came in early. I didn't sabotage anything. I didn't add anything. I didn't touch the eggs at all. I simply switched her loose-fitting jar lid with the lid from a mason jar that seals so tight it could survive the Mariana Trench. Lunchtime arrives. Loretta grabs her jar. She tries to open it. It does not budge. She tries again. Nothing. She puts a cloth over the lid and tries again. Nope. She asks someone else to try. The accountant tries. Then IT tries. Then two sales guys try to open the jar like they're holding the sword in the stone. Nothing. Will open this jar. Finally, after collective office defeat, Loretta sighs and says, I guess I'll go buy something from the cafe today. The cafe is expensive. And famously does not sell hard-boiled eggs. And because she had meal prepped only eggs for the entire week, she ended up having to buy lunch every day. After about 4 days she said, out loud and with complete sincerity, you know, maybe the egg thing has run its course. And just like that, the air cleared. The plants revived. The office breathed again. Loretta now eats normal lunches like sandwiches and salads. Occasionally soup. No one questions anything. We are free.